What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is episode 2 of running our race. Almost forgot what I called it. Sorry. Today I want to talk to y'all about who said that. Obviously, the heart of this, guys, is that I've been feeling a little discouraged, and I guess, like I had said in the last episode, I've been wanting to give up on things, on a lot of things, you know, a lot of life goals, a lot of just things in general. And I kept running into the verse in Hebrews 12:1 about running our race with perseverance. When we think about discouragement, a lot of times we don't think about where did those, like, what is the root of that? And it's like, who are we listening to, or who said that? And that's really what this episode's gonna be called, Who Said That? A lot of times we think to ourselves like thoughts, but sometimes we don't understand what the root of that thought is or where that root came from. Sometimes it's a post that we watched, you know, sometimes it's a show that we watch, sometimes it's music that we're listening to. I was really surprised to read this, but I saw a reel saying that of an interview saying, you know, studies about rap music compared to other styles of music, and rap music was actually, they said that it was making people dumber. And I was kind of surprised, mainly because, like, there's good rap music that maybe like encourages people and stuff like that, and it has good rhyme schemes, but I've always found rap music intriguing because of the rhyme schemes, because of, like, you know, more lyrical stuff, not like all of that hype and trap stuff that like a lot of people are into, especially nowadays, where it's just like mumbling the same thing over and over again. Like, no, I want to hear something a little more like hip-hop based, right? And so I'm really not sure if the hip-hop base is like more different, but that's, you know, that's where the heart is. I was thinking about how our thoughts are formed, and I was listening to a preaching, and it really caught my attention. And it's like, okay, you know, if Eve wouldn't have listened to the snake, would she still have made that same decision? But I pull up the verse, serpent was more crafty than the animal of the field which Jehovah Elohim has made. And it was said to the woman, is it even so that God has said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. But of the fruit of the tree in the middle of the garden, God has said, you must not eat it or touch it, or you will die. You will not surely die, the serpent told her. For God knows that in the day you eat it, your eyes will be open, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasure for her eyes, and the tree was to be desired to give intelligence, she took its fruit and ate, and gave to her husband also, and he ate. Now, and then I'm gonna skip through. Okay, and then here is where the heart of this episode comes from. Who told you that you were naked? Asked the Lord God. Have you eaten from the tree of which I commanded you not to eat? And that is Genesis 3:11. Who told you? Which is, like I said, where did those thoughts come from? A lot of the time, the enemy is like a crafty serpent, like it says right there. And he comes and he puts thoughts in our heads, and maybe even sends friends sometimes, people that we think are close acquaintances, people that we follow, celebrities. And sometimes, unfortunately, they are meant to corrupt our mind. They're meant to intoxicate us with things that realistically we should not be thinking about. Now, after I heard for a second time in another preaching, my pastor, like my actual pastor in my church, said that he actually wanted to talk about this, and I was kind of laughing because that day actually, I think I was in the car, and I had typed this up, like the next episode's gonna be called Who Said That? And it just felt like a confirmation, I guess. And I was sitting here and I was just like, man, like seriously, we watch a lot of things, we doom scroll, we watch shows, and sometimes we don't think about the corruption that's going on, like inside of shows and stuff. I've really been very intentional nowadays about what I'm watching, who I'm listening to music-wise, who I'm listening to even preaching-wise. And it's just because it's times where the enemy is coming to attack a lot, and especially right now where I'm already struggling with persevering, I feel like even now, like, I need to be even more cautious. Like, if I was already being cautious, I need to be even more cautious, like more precautious about what I'm watching, what I'm listening to. My main point of this is kind of like what I said with the lyrics that I put in the last video. It's like I gotta watch what I talk, I gotta watch who I watch, you know, because people are looking. And other people who aren't Christian, they watch us, they observe us, and a lot of times we're not reflecting Christ, and that's what we're called to do. It says it in the Bible. And yeah, like I said in the last episode, I hope this encourages you to persevere in your race, and it encourages you to reflect, to do better, and to watch everything that you're doing and who you're listening to. So thank you guys, God bless y'all, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one.